presented by Private Internet Access.
And welcome back to We're All Satoshi. I'm Rick Falkvinge, and I'm here with Jörg von Minckwitz, the CEO and co-founder of Bitwala, operating out of Kreuzberg, right here in wonderful Berlin. Berlin, even. So, Jörg, Bitwala, we talked a little bit in the last clip about how Bitcoin is changing the geopolitical power of the financial players, just like the MP3 changed the face of technology and started to let us feel what the internet was about. What is Bitwala's mission in life?
So, Bitwala's mission is quite easy and challenging at the same time. Like when I got into Bitcoin so early, there was nothing else than MtGox, which is not here anymore,
yeah.
and a few other pages where you could pay with Bitcoin, and that was more or less it. So my challenge was always to bring like a tool that is connecting the old world with a new world. So when I started, I wanted to convince big payment processors, big companies to accept Bitcoin, but eventually it did not happen because so many people were afraid. The Bitcoins were too new, too vague, too risky. Like, you know that when you talk with bigger companies, there's always someone raising the red flag. So then I said, we need to change it ourselves, and we need a bridge between the traditional system and the new system, and that is more or less what Bitwala is doing. It's a bank account for people who don't want to use money all the time, but want to use crypto, and where crypto is not accepted, you can use Bitwala.
So as a true entrepreneur, you looked at the situation and said, I can do this better myself.
Yes.
That is wonderful. And you're not just, don't just have this magic credit card, which interfaces with the credit card world, which you can load up with Bitcoin. And you're also allowing people to pay their bills using Bitcoin against the old system.
Exactly.
But in terms of challenging the geopolitical system, you're also allowing Bitcoin to M-PESA payments in Kenya.
Yes.
I find that very interesting. You're not just doing cryptocurrency, you're challenging the old system on every front imaginable.
Exactly.
Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, that's also a funny story. Like, when we were starting, we wanted to build this bridge and make people using Bitcoin on a daily basis. But the more we used it and the more we got customers from all over the world, we're a rather small company, only like 15 people we are now, but we had always customers in over 100 countries. And like when you think about it, then we try to serve them. We try to build like an M-PESA integration. We try to build so many things, but we realized that the old system is not made for it. So when we did a transfer from here to Argentina, it took us 6 days. And we said like, this is not an option for Bitcoin users, and then we tried to do the same transaction with Bitcoin. So we sent the money to Argentina, swapped it into the local currencies in the local market, and sent it out. And then we went down from 1 week to less than a day. And then even conservative people realized like maybe Bitwala's onto something there, because we could process payments way faster than all our competitors at a rate that no competitor can beat. So if you compare us now, for example, to China, our transfers to China take 6 hours. Our transfers to Mexico take 3 hours. Money to South Korea is instantly there. And then even people or conservative companies are realizing that this is technology that they should have a second look for.
And this is fiat to fiat, except you're transferring it over cryptocurrency.
Exactly. So this is the goal that we have during this year. We will finish it in the end of the year 2017. Until now, it's only crypto to fiat, but we have already the infrastructure to do fiat to fiat. It's just regulation-wise, we need to wait until we get our license to fulfill the whole payment fiat, crypto, fiat.
And this is why earlier this year you were one of the finalists for the Deutsches Innovationspreis, the German Innovation Prize. And this was not just in fintech, this was across all categories, was it not?
Exactly. That was for us really a big moment, because it was a governmental organized event, and we were invited and made the third prize in overall innovations in Germany. And that was the moment when we realized, okay, even conservative people and our government is recognizing what we're doing, and we can really change the way we do international payments for the future.
So how are you reaching out to ordinary people who want to pay with a credit card? You have the Bitwala card. There are relatively few competitors in the cryptocurrency credit card sphere compared to if you were trying to count credit cards dealing in fiat. I mean, I'm losing count only of the offers that come into my mailbox.
Definitely.
But I mean, you're essentially one of, would I be right if I said one of 3 or maybe one of 5?
There are way more.
There are? Okay.
Like now the people recognize and see what we're doing, so we get more and more competitors. But recently we did a comparison, and because we are a company coming from the community, so we never made this to make money or to earn a fortune. We all did our stuff with Bitcoin, but like we wanted to build a product that the community really wants. So our fees were always the lowest, and even now, if you compare it to all others, there's nothing compared to Bitwala when it comes to fees, and this is because we are out of the community. That's also answering the second question, how we get our customers. Like actually, we don't do any paid advertising. We don't do any marketing at all.
Only word of mouth.
Exactly. We use our customers as our marketing tool because everybody who uses us every month. Like our retention rate is 78%. That means 78% who's using Bitwala once is coming back on a regular basis and is even spreading it. So this is our big gift that we have.
That is an amazing rate, and it's the exact position you want to be in.
Exactly.
It also says you're doing a lot of things very, very right, doesn't it?
Yeah, thank you. I hope so. And like we have now 60,000 customers, and we're growing every month 30%. So 60,000 doesn't sound so much when you compare it to Visa or to others. But for the crypto space, you see more and more people are coming, and also there's a tremendous shift. We see that in support. Now people are asking us like, how do I buy Bitcoin? That seems easy. Like, how can I get into this? And we have totally different support questions now that we have had like 6 months ago.
Like what?
Like, for example, how to get Bitcoin? How do I store it? Like, what is it? So we are also educating people how to use this stuff properly and how to secure their private keys and what to do when they use Bitwala internally to make their first Bitcoin transactions. So it's a really shift inside our user base.
That's interesting. You're also advertising that you trade in altcoins.
Yes.
So what's the story there? What made you go into altcoins? Which altcoins? And what's the problem you're solving?
I mean, like, for me, open source, everything I always do when I go to mainstream events and talk about it, I always compare it to things that people understand. And the easiest is, like, take, for example, Ubuntu and Linux and others, right? You have one core software, and many others try to do certain things and focus on a specific angle. Like Ubuntu makes it really easy and straightforward for private users to use Linux, and the same is happening with cryptocurrencies. Like there's Bitcoin for the transfers of higher volume, I would say, and worth, and you have other cryptocurrencies like Ethereum or IOTA or others who focus on other things. So for me, because I'm a friend of technologically evolution, I'm a friend of this, so I will never stop it. So I would call myself still a Bitcoin maximalist because I think Bitcoin is the way to go and how to gain the most value when it comes to storage. But for other things like micropayments, smart contracts, and other things, you need other currencies to do that. And so we're not the stop in this, and we let our community decide which coins go for the next.
Cool. Let's return to different coins in the next clip.